Oh, man. Jmane. It is different. I don't know whether that youngin' know how prolific that sounds to an OG like me, being from Chicago. I want to tell him thank you. Now, I do want to add a little bit more on to his knowledge. Because I watched him go to Oblock today. And I'm proud. Somebody got to try. Now, you know what? You had the Charleston Whites and Whack 100s and everybody old head that want to make light of Jmane and his hustle. No, you can't do that. Jmane had them eating cold cereal together outside of the gates of Oblock. Real talk. Go watch the video on his channel. That's real love and respect. He was brought on stage. And he just come back and he said he wants to promote peace. And I am so hoping that y'all give him the opportunity to try and attempt to right some of our community wrongs with some right. Whether y'all sitting and smoking and eating a bowl of cereal or cutting the track together. But he's on the right path. Now, what Jmane needs to understand is the violence that they see now is not new. And I hate so bad that they are trying to make y'all feel like y'all created the violence and all the bad that come. No. I survived and lived through the crack epidemic of the 80s, the early 90s. No. It was just as bad. Our generation was just as bad as the King Vons and all the, yeah, that's just the truth. And I know a lot of OGs are not admitting this because they still either ashamed or too scarred to talk about the devastation that the crack community, that the crack epidemic did to our community, and the crimes and the god-awful stuff that came out of the community. They still exist, the residual, that it echoes even in today of Chicago. Because I see it. I see it in the behavior, I see it in the mannerisms, and I see it in the attitude. And I'm sorry, the only thing that I disagree with Jmane about is being from the streets in the 80s and the 90s in Chicago. White people didn't do this. We did. Y'all stop listening to the OGs where there were rules in the road. Y'all stop listening to the real uncles and started listening to Unc. Y'all started listening to the guy that was claiming from the streets and OG status, but was still out there competing with y'all for young girls and clothing and the whole nine. That's not an OG. We not out there with y'all. Y'all have to come and see us a lot of times. Or sometimes you will see an OG like me pull up on the block and stop and check in with the youngsters and speak to them and show them love. So don't feel like they gave us this. They didn't. These old heads like Whack 100 that don't want you to change, Jmane. Charleston White that don't want you to change. That is why he's so vindictive and hateful toward Woody. Woody is not worth nothing to him being the way he is now, because it ain't nothing to talk about now. Woody rose above it. But y'all throw y'all support behind Jmane. Man, Jmane had me wanting to go home watching that video. Y'all, I ain't been home and, ooh. Y'all, I have not been home to Chicago in those streets in about 45 years. And Jmane took me back Cold syrup eating ass. Ninja he is. I love him. I love him. I respect it. And I hope that he don't allow any kind of negative comments or feedback deter him from proclaiming peace and non-violence against his fellow black man. How in the hell can we not support that? Why? We want to focus on what? What he used to do, what he used to say, what we want to focus on? What you think he done did or what you know he done did? No. When a young black man wants a better way, when a young black man says he's had enough, where are the uncles and the OGs now? To support this movement. Listen, they've been getting paid for the last 10 straight years off of the bloodshed of Chicago, Jacksonville, New Orleans. They love to sit up in their high back chairs in front of their computer and microphone and talk about how awful the young black man is. Oh, but because of what? You got a certain bad taste in your mouth for Jmane? That means his message of peace and learning how to live and coexist together without the madness is crazy? No. Listen, you youngins, and I'm going to let y'all go. If you got a good uncle, you got an OG in your life, put a bug in his ear and say it's a peace movement trying to be moved. Trying to be made. It's a legitimate peace movement that needs to be pushed forward. And Jmane is on the right track. It hit different. I like that. Hey, bro, I ain't seen it on no t-shirt, Jmane. It hit different. Need to hit the stores now. I'm out.